special.
I'm just waiting for all the pictures to come out.
What is it?
There's your proof under this.
Yes.
It's in writing.
We can do this for 20 minutes and people will love it.
Anyway, it's 1 o'clock now, so I think we should get this shindig running. Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. You may have noticed that I am reading from a script. If you haven't, then you are probably blind and have already started to hate the grating quality of my voice. For the rest of you, this is the Atop the Fourth Wall live show, where we take a video game comic and make fun of it, because we as human beings love to inflict pain on things that we despise. Isn't it fun being cruel to other people's hard work?
Yeah!
Semi-hard work. Put it together over the weekend. Anyway, I called out for people to give me ideas for what I should review for the live show. There were a lot of good ideas. The Nintendo comics published by Valiant, some from more modern games that I don't play, the Malibu Comics Street Fighter series. Actually, the Street Fighter series would have probably been the one that I was going to review here, since it's heavily requested. But the problem I keep running into is that no one owns a copy of any of them. Mind you, I don't own a copy of what we're reviewing today, but then again, I'm extremely lazy. As such, let's talk about Atari Force. Now, according to my very lazy research on Wikipedia, Atari Force was apparently produced by DC Comics as a way of illustrating storylines for arcade shooter games and then subsequently packaged along with games like Defenders, Star Raiders, or Galaxian. They apparently have a cult fan base, and many are considered underrated. Anyone here a fan of Atari Force? Yeah. Ah, good. Then I only need to worry about death threats from people who have actually watched my show before. So let's start with our cover, and oh dear. Black man. This is the Atari Force, huh? Well, Dignity had a good run. Gotta enjoy the tracksuits designed by Adidas with a nice big bright Atari logo slapped on their chests. And of course, the height of fashion that we get to see is that they're all wearing Wonder Woman's boots. It's especially nifty that this cover tells us nothing other than the fact that a multiracial group of smiling people led by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy will be running the triathlon today and are sponsored by Atari. I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that they're all wearing the tight jumpsuits with the boots and the Atari logos and all. But you know, compared to other superhero costumes, they're really not that bad. I mean, there are certainly worse things they could be wearing. Oh dear.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hey everybody, I got a great idea for a new costume for superheroes to wear.
Death to the heretic.
I don't know what they were doing.
We open to the not too distant future of 2005.
It's in Dubai, it's there.
What we're seeing here is the North Cal headquarters of the Atari Technology and Research Institute. Yes, these brave researchers and scientists toil endlessly to try to discover whole new ways for the Jaguar CD to not work. The Institute is located in what used to be known as California before the breakup. Look, all I said was that I should pay for the meal. I think she's taking this way too seriously. The situation, a world in crisis. Early reviews of E.T. for the Atari 2600 just came out. Someone in a purple hovercraft is flying towards the Atari Institute.
That's purple. That looks brown to me.
It only looks like that because of the projector. Here it's purple. It's supposed to be purple. It's purple on my screen. I don't know what you people are talking about. Sure, and this little buggy's radar shield has done its job well. It's within shouting distance of yon fine building that I am, but not a peep have I heard from their security screens. I'll be taking them unawares, I think. And after all, wasn't that the plan?
Can we do that in English, please?
Wow, this thug has got excellent diction. Actually, said thug is a woman who is attempting to infiltrate the Institute at night using Cyclops' visor. Clearly, with concussive blasts, she'll have no trouble breaking in. The year 2005 is such futuristic technology. I can't wait. A patrol radios back into the security office. All clear at the perimeter. It's a nice night. Too bad you folks down in the pit can't join us. Let's leave the slang back at the dorms, Delta Checkpoint. Stop calling it the Jag. We don't call it the pit. Proper terminology is Security Base Station Sub-Level 7. Wow, the slang is flying all over the place. I don't think I can keep up with these weird terms, people. Back at the patrol, the infiltrating woman suddenly leaps in from, green. Lesson 1 in guerrilla warfare tactics. Grab the initiative and keep it. Because if you let it slip, blah, 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 blah. No, of course, instead of them having the ample opportunity of shooting her repeatedly, she kicks one guy in the face and, I don't know, slaps the other one? Glass jaw, try paper jaw. To make a long story short, she breaks into the Institute with a tuning fork that looks like a pencil with a rectal thermometer on the end of it. A wise warrior puts his faith in only one weapon, and that's the human mind.
Not the human mouth?
And a tuning fork shaped like a rectal thermometer, but
Wait, what?
While the woman seeks out something called Project Multiverse, we cut to Earth orbit, where we see Atari building its latest and largest console yet, the Atari 52 million. And as the mysterious black-garbed figure with the lilting Gaelic accent makes her way further into the Atari headquarters compound... Wait. She was supposed to be Irish? Crap, now I gotta start over. We open to the not-too-distant future of 2005! No, we're actually now in orbit near the Atari Solar Satellite Station 1. Also, satellite is spelled wrong. Yes, Atari, game company, research institute, and now a subsidiary of NASA. We also meet one of the members of Atari Force that this comic is supposed to be about. Commander Martin Champion, chief troubleshooter for the Atari Institute. Really? You achieve the rank of commander and your job is chief troubleshooter? That joke failed. Another astronaut is having trouble with the weightless construction work. Rebuilding the Golden Gate was a whole lot simpler than this. So it's after the apocalypse and the Golden Gate Bridge was at the top of our priorities list. The jetpack of a worker suddenly misfires, causing him to bump a solar panel out of orbit and sending it hurtling towards another module on the satellite. However, our brave Commander Iron Pecs flies down and hits the panel away from the module. He did it! Champion deflected the panel at the last possible instant! He damaged several $1 million worth of equipment and set us back at least 3 years, but hooray! After the doctor looks over Commander Flint's hardbody, they get a call from Lydia Perez, who recalls the commander to Earth. Like some great silver bird, the shuttlecraft Armstrong leaves its perch and drops earthward in majestic silence, bearing but 2 passengers in a bay designed for 12. Bye, everybody! Enjoy the cold vacuum of space! I never liked any of you! Commander Hunk Beefy tells the doctor, who's coming with him for some reason, about how he met Lydia years ago during a disaster on the moon.
Who's Lydia?
The woman.
Okay.
Said disaster was a meteor sent by someone that decimated most of the lunar base. One of the domes survived the destruction, but since they were rapidly running out of air, the commander was sent to lead a mission to help them. It was there he met Lydia. Huh? Perez, you're a woman! A woman in NASA? What has the world come to in 2005? By the way, no one briefed him on who else was going to be on the mission. Still, Lydia gets off a good snarky response and they get to work. Commander Stone Good Looks doesn't exactly make his first impression any better when he uses up all their fuel in order to get them there faster, though in his defense he explains that if they go at normal speeds they won't reach the colonists in time. Still, the commander apologizes for his douchey behavior and they make friends. Aw, they're gonna have a romance that will probably be unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. The two get radio reports from the base where things are getting worse for the survivors, who have started turning on each other. A man went screaming mad from claustrophobia. Okay, what genius decided to put a claustrophobic man in space?
I think it was the Army. Frank Miller.
Joe was whoever that guy.
Mission Control radios the two and says they've lost contact with the base, meaning it's likely that they're all dead and they should scrub the mission. However, Commander Rip McBeefy isn't about to let those people die, and they're going to try to land anyway. Don't be a fool, risking your lives when there's so little hope. I'm ordering you to squawk. Did Mission Control just get attacked by zombies?
They got attacked by dynamite.
No, that's a skronk.
2005.
They got attacked by space.
The evolution of skronk.
He lost his team.
The two successfully crash land and save the colonists. However, the commander relays some more exposition to us via thought bubbles. Wait a second, I thought he was narrating all this to the doctor. Is he telepathic? NASA managed to prove which one of our enemies tried to wipe out that moon base, and that led to a worldwide shootout. Yeah, we never learned who this supposed enemy was that was responsible for the war that caused the apocalypse, but I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say it was communists.
Why not?
Nintendo. Anyway, the two lost track of each other during the war, and he hasn't seen her in 7 years. After the shuttle lands, they're met at the airport by Lydia. Multiverse is crash priority, perhaps the most important project ever developed by the Atari Institute. It could mean the solution to all the economic problems the world has faced since the war.
A children's video game.
I get it. They're going to cross into a parallel universe where the Atari Lynx sold better than the Game Boy. So what is Project Multiverse? No idea. The creators felt that padding the comic would work better. It's not my place to explain, Doctor. That's up to the director. He's been in command of Project Multiverse from the beginning. I was only brought in on the design end 6 months ago. But I can tell you this. Since the war, we've searched for a solution to the world food shortage. Food shortage? And that thing was supposed to solve the economic problems. By the by, for a post-apocalyptic world facing a hunger crisis, everything looks pretty damn clean and neat. There are runners, functioning cars, and a railway system. This is the cleanest Armageddon I've ever seen. Now it's time for the doctor, Lucas Orion, to think about his own backstory. He was a medic, part of the United Nations peacekeeping force that was sent into an African country during a bloody civil war in the nation. He rescued a little girl from some attacking soldiers and got her away from the fighting. He brings the girl to the peacekeeping force HQ and oh my god, what is with those shorts? Is that a regular thing in the United Nations peacekeeping forces? Don't worry, citizens, my hot pants will save you. Blimey, son.